Carbon neutrality aims for balancing carbon emissions with carbon removal in order to achieve net zero carbon footprint. Given the alarming state of greenhouse gas emissions, we must achieve this by consciously lowering emissions and offsetting them by mitigation measures. For example, this can be implemented by switching from fossil fuels to solar energy. Samujit Envirotech and Pune Knowledge Cluster are leading these efforts by helping industry, educational and R&D organizations achieve carbon neutrality.
Climate science demands that our greenhouse gas emissions need to start falling from 2030. If we don't make that happen, then we are going to enter into a regime of runaway climate change by 2050. So if we want to avoid this crisis, we must start moving individual sectors towards zero carbon operations, that is carbon neutrality basically. Educational institutes, I feel, is the right place to start this process as we have done, because the students will pass out and go into other sectors and they can trigger this transformation there.
Yeah, and I think one of the important elements in this whole process or journey that we've realized is that the students need a platform where if they have to actually go and mobilize the larger public, I think first and foremost is to first learn and become aware themselves, educate themselves. And a campus is the best platform where they can do this and also implement this. And it becomes easier for the institution also to benefit. So in that sense, that is what we try and do, where PKC will try and impress upon the institute to engage their students in this whole activity. And that's what we have found some success in doing that.
The awareness session conducted by the PKC and Samujit helped us understand the relevance and the urgency in engaging practices that would help our campus move towards carbon neutrality and also modify the existing processes accordingly. Ayuka being a small campus with research-oriented focus, the PKC included management and architecture students to collect the data and analyze them by coordinating with the various departments in Ayuka.
During the process, we collected primary data for scope 1, 2 and 3 emissions across the Ayuka campus. We also conducted a quick analysis and provided recommendations to Ayuka campus on the various ways how they can reduce their carbon emissions and take a step towards carbon neutrality. In the entire process, the Ayuka staff helped us a lot. Despite of being the COVID period, they provided us data in a very short period of time. Also, this project was guided by Dr. Anita Kane, Lisa Sawan and Dr. Gayatri Doctor.
At the SP Jain Institute of Management and Research, Mumbai, our management students were very keen to work on the carbon neutral campus as a project as part of their curriculum. This has enabled the students to apply their management skills and learnings towards the coordination, data collection and analysis on the carbon neutral campus exercise.
The Carbon Neutral Campus was an initiative led by the 17 student committee members of the ADMAP Committee for Center for Innovation and Sustainable Development at SPJIMR. The students divided themselves into teams of 3 for data collection and identification of sources for carbon emissions, carbon offsets and sinks. These students, enthralled by the idea of innovation and sustainability, made sure to use their management learnings of marketing the campaign and to create stakeholder engagement amongst teams of administration, finance and accounts.
The active involvement of the students in initiating such sustainable solutions not only becomes an effective model for achieving carbon neutrality on the campus, but could serve as a role model for replication by other educational institutions and campuses. Thank you very much, Pune Knowledge Cluster, for your partnership and great support.
NAC rewards green initiatives within educational campuses, and we have seen institutions actually take some of these initiatives. But I think what the Carbon Neutral Campus initiative will do is probably give some sort of direction and a context to these green initiatives. Therefore, we are also trying to impress upon institutions to say that we will customize this whole process, because different institutions have different ways in which they go about doing things. And so we are imploring institutions to say either you can actually use your own student base, or we can try and arrange for volunteers along with the students to actually carry out this task for the implementation of this. And we've seen that these flexible models have worked with institutions.
Great. So now that Samuchit and PKC together, we have started this process with educational institutions, we would now like to go ahead and also approach industries and encourage them to take this up. So any educational institutes or industries that are interested in this service, please approach us.